Good evening and welcome to the College of Health and Human Services 2022 Honors Recognition event. I am Denise Siebert and I have the honor of serving as Dean of the College. Thank you everyone, students, faculty, staff, and family for joining us tonight. This event is so special because it gives us a chance as a college to recognize the amazing achievements of our students. With the excitement of commencement activities taking place next week, it's nice to have a quiet moment this evening to honor a few of our own. Before we begin, I want to take care of some housekeeping and make sure everybody has the best experience possible tonight. So please stay muted, and at the end of each section, we will have an opportunity for us to turn off our mute and cheer our honorees. To ensure you have the best viewing experience, do set your screen to active speaker view. Before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit about our college. When it began in 1981, our college was comprised of just 4 departments and several hundred students. Since then, the college has continued to attract more than 4,200 students annually, mostly from a region that stretches from Merced to Kern County. We are home to one of the largest colleges on campus with 7 academic programs. Actually 7 academic departments, and within that we have lots of different programs. Our college offers degrees at the bachelor's, master's, and doctoral level with students from each academic level represented here this evening. It gives me great pride to know that our college awards the most degrees of any college at Fresno State, and I'm sure that number will only rise as we are set to graduate even more alumni 1 week from now on May 21st. I'd like to take a moment to thank our more than 200 dedicated full-time and part-time faculty who nurture, teach, and guide our students for success. Please unmute yourselves and join me in thanking our faculty and department chairs and representatives who are here with us this evening. I would also like to take a minute to thank our team of staff members who are making sure that this event goes off without a hitch this evening and are deeply into the planning for a fabulous commencement celebration next Saturday. So please join me in some thank you claps for all of our team, Michelle, Melissa, Beth, who have all helped to make sure that tonight is a success. We would like to start off our event by recognizing the recipients of our Project and Thesis Awards. Our students are among the best and brightest at Fresno State. Those who choose to pursue graduate and postgraduate careers must submit their research projects and thesis for review. Faculty and chairs nominated their candidates to be considered for this award, and we are happy to be able to announce them today. First up is Marianne Pagaduan with the Department of Communicative Sciences and Deaf Studies, who received the outstanding master's thesis and who completed the outstanding master's thesis entitled Investigating Graduate Students' Perceived Self-Efficacy and Satisfaction Following Simulcase and Teletherapy Clinical Experiences. Their mentor, Dr. Brooke Finley, will say a few words about Marianne.
Thank you, Dean Siebert. Hello, everyone. What a pleasure it is to have the opportunity to celebrate our amazing students this afternoon. As Dean Siebert said, my name is Brooke Finley, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Communicative Sciences and Deaf Studies. And it's my distinct honor to have the opportunity to introduce Marianne Pagaduan to you all, who's being recognized with the Outstanding Master's Thesis Award. I had the pleasure of serving as Marianne's thesis chair for this research. When I think of Marianne, the first words that come to mind are excellence, resiliency, and humility. Marianne is one of the most impressive students I have had the pleasure of working with during my time here at Fresno State. Her thesis research provided our field with valuable empirical data on the value of alternative clinical preparation models that were used within the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. The process of completing a thesis is not an easy one. For Marianne, the pandemic necessitated not only 1 revision, but 2 total revisions to her thesis topic through this process. Her resilience and dedication allowed her to push through all challenges and produce a high-quality product that helps inform clinical education efforts for current and future students. Earlier this week, Marian very kindly participated in a panel discussion with our first semester speech-language pathology graduate students on her experiences as a student researcher. When asked about the most rewarding part of this process, Marian shared about the accomplishment of being able to add to the current knowledge of our field. However, she also emphasized that conducting a thesis taught her a lot about herself as a person, leading to growth in the way that she conceptualizes and addresses challenges. To see a student like Marian grow academically, clinically, and personally throughout the thesis process is a really special experience as the thesis chair. I'm so very proud of everything that she has accomplished and could not be more humbled to introduce her to you all this evening. Please join me in welcoming Marian Pagaduan, recipient of the College of Health and Human Services Outstanding Master's Thesis Award.
Yay! Thank you so much, Brooke. That was so nice. Hey, everyone, I'm Marian, and as Brooke said, this is such an honor after such a tumultuous time in my life, doing a graduate program during the height of the pandemic and deciding to be the only person in my cohort to do a thesis. It's insane. And whenever I think of being able to accomplish this, I am just so grateful to the whole Department of Communicative Sciences. All of my professors were so supportive, and Brooke, you have done amazing things to get me here. So now I am actually in the Bay Area, and I am a speech language pathology clinical fellow in Mount Diablo School District under Ascend Rehab. And I'm working with middle school kids and elementary students. And I just know that this is the job for me. I love it. And I can't wait to learn more and find my niche, maybe go back to research. But right now I'm just, I'm just celebrating the fact that I finished it. So thank you.
Well, congratulations. Please join me one more time in celebrating Marian for her Outstanding Thesis Award.
Hey, Marian.
Hey.
Congratulations.
And thank you, Brooke, for helping me know better how to pronounce her name. I apologize that I did not get it right, but I got it now. Know that there are some others here in your world. Maybe they were the only one in their department who completed their thesis, and they had to go back rounds of challenges in doing that. So I think that's a theme we're going to see here tonight. I appreciate that you're working with middle schoolers as a former middle school teacher myself. So thank you for that. That is a special crowd to be working with and doing your fellowship with. So congratulations to you. We look forward to hearing about all the wonderful things you accomplish going forward. We now, I get the opportunity to celebrate Natalia Komutovu, who is not able to be with us this evening, but she is with the Department of Kinesiology and received the Outstanding Master's Degree Project Award for her project entitled Mindfulness and Self-Talk Training with a Women's Community College Volleyball Team. Her mentor is Dr. Janelle Gilbert. So thank you for mentoring Dr. Gilbert and providing your insight and wisdom to Natalia during this challenging time. We're really grateful for that. Now I'm going to introduce Stephanie Soleil, with the Department of Physical Therapy, who received the Outstanding Doctoral Degree Project Award for her work entitled Effects of an 8-Week Virtual Functional Yoga Program on Fatigue, Oxygen Saturation, Motor and Non-Motor Symptoms in Individuals with Parkinson's Disease. Their mentor is Dr. Monica Rivera, and she will say a few words. I have to note, though, I'm seeing themes here. We've got virtual functional yoga program. We had the telemedicine. We've got some Parkinson's with some of our friends over there in speech language. So it just reminds us that we're all just a small touch away from each other in the work that we're all doing. Dr. Rivera, take it away.
Thank you so much, Dean. And you're absolutely right. I am introducing Stephanie Soleil. She's a doctoral student who just finished. Actually, she just finished her clinicals, and I'm more than happy to provide you information about her. This is a 2-year project. I remember this time 2 years ago, we were on a Zoom call, and I was thinking to myself, okay, we're doing this virtually. I've never done that before. Everybody knows I'm horrible with computers. I mean, I am the worst. I'm thinking, how are we going to do that? How are we going to do everything? But I think one thing that gave me confidence, it was Stephanie. Stephanie was calm. She was committed. And we just took it step by step. It was probably one of the harder projects I have ever done, but I wouldn't tell them that. But they were two groups of students, Stephanie and Melody. And I would, if I had to say one thing about both of them, but Stephanie in particular, was professionalism, tenacity. You had to have a lot of tenacity to do this. Her professionalism in delivering an intervention online with Parkinson's disease, which I kept saying, how are we going to do this? They did it. But not only that, is that they got incredible results. And I'm so proud of them for doing it, but not only that, how they helped individuals through this pandemic who didn't have access to care. And I think that was their driving force. So her project was great. She did a tremendous amount of work. And I think the one thing that surprised me about Stephanie is she just kept going. I almost had to say, Stephanie, we have to stop. We have to quit. Can I do another research? Can I look at something else? Can I do that? And her graphs would just keep coming and coming and coming. She made this project to what it was. She assisted people along the way. And it was an absolute joy to work with her and Melody, her other co-investigator. So it's with undue pleasure that I introduced Stephanie and her work, and I'll give it up to you, Stephanie. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rivera, and everyone. I really wish I could celebrate this with Melody because it was really a joint effort. But yeah, when I started the DPT program, I knew that we were going to have a doctoral project, and I knew that I wanted to do research and something that would benefit the community. But as you know, the themes are coming in, the pandemic hit, and I was like, what am I going to be able to do? And when Dr. Rivera, introduced the idea of doing a yoga intervention to Parkinson's disease, that was prior to the pandemic. I was like, yes, this is great. And then the pandemic hit, and I was like, oh, I feel like we can still do this. And I do have some dance teaching background, Pilates teaching background and such that helped me, but I see this project as this amazing constraint that brought a beautiful thing to life. The pandemic was this huge hurdle, but at the same time, it enabled us to really discover new ways to serve the community, to look at even research methods and what's doable, and to see actual results, measurable results within a vulnerable population that definitely needs help. So I feel so honored to have been able to do this project and to have been helping people actually along the way, because that's the whole point of what I'm doing. So I'm so thankful.
Well, join me in congratulating Stephanie one more time. I think I see an opportunity for us to bring all of our graduate students working on research and projects together for some support groups. That there's some other themes running through this here that we just all need to come together and help each other out during those moments where we might lose pace, but then somebody can lift us up again. So kudos to you all for sticking through probably one of the most challenging times in life, and then to be able to complete your research on top of that is pretty incredible. These were our winners, but we had a team of fabulous nominees, and it's important that we get to recognize everybody who was nominated, because these were amazing projects. And so I want to take a few minutes to recognize those other individuals who were nominated for Outstanding Thesis Award. Jessica Gallegos with the Department of Public Health, and her mentor is Dr. Helda Pinzon Perez. Rebecca Weimer with the Department of Kinesiology, and her mentor is Dr. Janelle Gilbert. And Magdalena Fitzgerald with the Department of Social Work Education, and her mentor is Dr. Salvador Montana. And I got to see Magdalena get recognized earlier today, right at the Title IV graduation celebration. Way to go. Congratulations to all of you for your hard work and your dedication to answering important questions in all of our fields. So thank you for that. Our nominees for Outstanding Masters Project include Jose Andrade with the Department of Public Health, and his mentor is Dr. Suzanne Cottonyazi. And Tony Ocampo with the Department of Social Work Education, and his mentor is Dr. Marcus Crawford. And I'm a little faster than our highlighters, but congratulations. I can't say enough how important it is to have outstanding mentors. My mentors are still important people in my life, you know, like truly. And it was a lot longer ago than you might think, but they continue to be important people that I rely on for guidance and wisdom and Facebook updates to see how many grandkids they have now and all of those things. But your mentors continue to be part of your life for forever. So make sure you keep those connections because they really are important to us, and they help just fill our network of people that can keep us on the right path when things might get a little more challenging than we'd like them to be. So thank you to all the mentors who have celebrated our students, helped them through those challenging moments, and help them figure out what that difficult question is to answer, because I know they all came to you with 10 of them, and you had to help them narrow to that one that was reasonable in the time frame that you had to get the project completed. And that in itself is its own feat that many mentors have to do, is to help us be concise and focused. So thank you to all of our important mentors. We wouldn't be here without you. We now get to celebrate our Distinguished International Student Award. We have a number of international students in the College of Health and Human Services from as far as Asia and Europe who chose to come to Fresno State to pursue their college education. We'd like to honor one this evening. Ataberk Sarankak with the Department of Kinesiology is our 2022 Distinguished International Student Award recipient. Ataberk is originally from Turkey, and we are so happy he chose Fresno State to pursue his higher education. We'd like to recognize his mentor, Justine McAlpine, who is also here this evening and would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Dean Siebert. It's my pleasure to introduce Ataberk this evening to all of you. I've had the opportunity to get to know Ada over the last 2 years or so as both his academic advisor as well as his instructor. And he is an extremely hardworking, dedicated student. When I nominated Ada for this award, several of my colleagues immediately spoke up and said, yes, he's the great choice for this. And it's unusual especially for an undergrad student, but it's unusual for a student to make such a positive impression on so many faculty members. But Ataberk has done so. He's actively involved in every class session. He's not a bystander sitting back watching. He's there to learn. He asks follow-up questions that allow him to dig deeper, and he's become a valued member of the Fresno State community. Ada seeks out new opportunities to grow his knowledge and to add to his already vast amount of experience in sports and physical education. And as such, he has many passions that he's developing as he moves closer to establishing his future career. Ada is also very interested in doing research, and he is currently deciding which graduate school offer to accept so that he can pursue this area of research. Ada Burke will be graduating next week with a major in kinesiology, physical education option, as well as a minor in German. It's been my pleasure to watch Ada come into his own as a student, as well as a future educator. Please join me in celebrating Ada Burke Sorenkok as our distinguished international student.
Ms. McAlpine, thank you so much for these kind words. I'm so happy to receive this award because, when I got to Fresno State, I really didn't know what to do. And then my faculty members, especially Ms. McAlpine, guided me a lot, especially during the pandemic, which I was stuck in Turkey. And when I got to the US, I had like so many questions. What should I do with my career? What should I do as a teacher, as an educator? I'm grateful for the whole support that I received from the faculty. Just thank you so much. I'm speechless. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ada Burke. Give him one more round of applause. You're on quite an adventure being here, Ada Burke. My son is currently in Turkey.
Oh, really?
Living abroad and having his best life. And he writes home about the amazing things he's doing and seeing there. So I hope you're getting that same experience in Fresno and taking in all the wonderful parts of our country here that you can celebrate when you get back and say, I've been to Yosemite and I've been to Kings Canyon and some of the great places here. So that you come from a wonderful place, and it's fortunate that you get this chance to experience a whole nother culture in your studies, and I hope it serves you well. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Siebert. Thank you.
I am now honored to introduce our deserving nominees and medalists for the Dean's Graduate and Undergraduate recognition. The candidates for this award have all displayed remarkable achievements during their time at Fresno State, including strong academic performance, exemplary community service, and valued leadership roles at the university. Each candidate has shown a great passion for their chosen field, and I am confident they will continue to serve the Central Valley and beyond with their newfound knowledge and expertise. It was tough to choose among the many fantastic nominations. Some of you who experienced it, myself and Dr. Zagrafos and Dr. Saylor, our associate deans, had the opportunity to interview all of the candidates for the undergraduate and the graduate dean's medalist. And we were blown away. It was like, this is why I am in higher ed, to get this chance to spend time with these incredible students, to hear their story, to hear their contributions to our community, and to recognize that they all were deserving of this honor. Truly, all of them were deserving. Unfortunately, the institution says we only get to give one medalist award, but we feel really excited that we can celebrate everybody this evening and acknowledge our nominees. First, I would like to recognize from the Department of Public Health, Dawn McFall Hagopian, and her mentor or her nominee was Dr. Greg Thatcher.
He's not here tonight.
He's not here with us. Okay. Well, Dawn is just doing amazing things. She helped us interview our top dog a few weeks ago and did a fabulous job. And we know that she is going to go on to do amazing things as she pursues her BSN and uses her public health degree to help our community. So thank you, Dawn, for being with us and for your important work. From the Department of Kinesiology, we have Vasilios Dimitri having trouble with this one. Dimitri Tropoulos. If Kara were here, she'd get it for me. Vasilios, is he here with us this evening?
He's not here, neither is his mentor, unfortunately.
Well, that's too bad, but we can still be proud that we had the opportunity to meet him. He is going off to the University of Florida to study physical therapy. And then from the Department of Communication Sciences and Deaf Studies, we have Jacqueline Aquino. Are you here, Jacqueline? Great. And her mentor, Dr. Finley, we know is here. And Jacqueline is going to be continuing on, if I remember correctly, I'm pulling this out, into the Fresno State Speech Language Pathology program for a master's degree, right? Yes. And I got to see Jacqueline recently at the Smith Camp Honors celebration. So she's a rock star as well. So congratulations to our undergraduate Dean's Medalist nominees. So proud of you. I'm really honored to know you. In addition to these students, we are really fortunate this evening to be able to recognize Rebecca Moses. She is with the Department of Public Health, and she is the undergraduate Dean's Medalist for the Division of Student Affairs and Enrollment Management. And so today I got to go to an event sponsored by Student Affairs where Rebecca was one of the stars of the show, being recognized there as the Dean's Medalist for Student Affairs. But we wanted to make sure we celebrated her because she's a health administration major graduating next week. So congratulations, Rebecca.
Thank you so much. And Russell Gross was able to come here tonight too, to be part of this celebration. Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you all to our mentors and to our students. And if you'll join me in a round of applause. Thank you, Russell Gross, for joining us and for your nomination of Rebecca and being able to celebrate another one of our outstanding students. It's really important. I want to pause a minute and say that, you know, students, all of you are being recognized this evening because somebody saw something in you and they took time to complete that nomination. So all of these awards that we're celebrating this evening only come to my desk because a faculty mentor, somebody else in your world saw something in you and took the time to complete that nomination and celebrate you. Nomination, award winner, whatever that is, the fact that people see something special in you and take the time to recognize that is something to hold near and dear. So I hope you all will take a minute to express appreciation to those mentors of yours. I mentioned it earlier, but as I was thinking about when one of the mentors was speaking about nominating somebody, it takes the hard work and extra effort on the part of all of our teammates to do those nominations to make sure that we are able to celebrate our best and brightest. So such an honor to be able to do this evening. In addition, we have graduate medalists who were nominated. And so we'd like to celebrate our graduate students. And I don't know if they're all here. I know a few of them are. Arthur Kachatayan from Department of Communicative Studies and Communicative Sciences and Deaf Studies. Is Arthur here? He is completing his degree in speech language pathology and is going to go on to have an amazing career. Our own Melissa Tov just put a highlight story out on him, as he is one of 3% of males who is pursuing a degree in speech language pathology. From the Department of Public Health, we have Lupe Manzano. I know she's here. And Lupe helped us interview our top dog a week or so ago and did a fabulous job. And she's going on to do amazing things, continuing in her work with the health department and just doing great things as she finishes up that MPH. So congratulations, Lupe. And has Gabe come back? We know he was off. Oh, there he is. Gabe Yanez is our nominee from the Department of Social Work. And we are so glad to see you here. He is going to continue working in the area of, he'd like to pursue his licensed clinical social worker degree or certificate and be able to serve in that area. And he continues to work as a social worker and has passion in violence prevention. So a few of the mentors, Dr. Finley, Dr. Pinzo Perez, Miguel Perez, Dr. Jayasundara, and Dr. Crawford, thank you all for your mentorship that you've given these students and the support that you've provided them. Please join me in a round of applause for our outstanding graduate nominees. And I truly enjoyed the opportunity. We learned the value of a little interview time with our colleagues. It was so wonderful to be able to spend time with all of the nominees and really get to know them better. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our 2022 Dean's Medalists. I'm going to start with our undergraduate medalist, and Dr. Travis Cronin. I'm hoping he is here.
Yep.
We're giving him the spotlight. There he is. He's going to say a few words about our undergraduate Dean's Medalist, Karina Ortega from the Department of Social Work Education.
All right, thank you so much, Dean Siebert. I'm satisfied that we have thousands of fantastic students here at Fresno State, and so to stand out in a way, to be at this point sort of takes a great deal of effort on a student's part. Karina took Introduction to Social Work from me a couple years back and stood out in unique ways. So, there's this sort of leadership where you sort of charge to the front and you sort of, take charge of things. Karina's style of leadership is a bit different, right? So she stays back long enough to sort of see what's going on and then figures out how to contribute in positive ways to projects, to group conversations, to community projects. So the thing that stands out in particular is this past summer, we're trying to figure out how to do a flash mob for the campus and really get people excited. And I just watched, right, there are lots of our students engaged in this process. But at the sort of go time, like when we really needed somebody to step up, Karina became the president's chauffeur and made sure that he knew the dance moves. And anyway, it's been a privilege to be a small part of Karina's journey and to just watch her thrive. I listened to all of the students talk about their internship at their first semester of their senior year, and it's hard. It's hard work being out in communities where there's not enough resources and you feel like a little bit. I've started to describe social work like MacGyver, if you ever watched that show in the 80s and 90s. But everything's got to be fixed by duct tape. So, that's a situation that Karina's in at the school that she's with, and just making the best of it, right? And so I really have appreciated her positive attitude, and she's found a way to be engaged in ways that aren't ever like, hey, look at me, I'm doing great things. It's always been looking to see where she can contribute, and I think that'll be a great asset to our entire community. So congratulations, Karina.
Thank you so much, Travis, for those words. I can't believe it sometimes that I'm the Dean's Medalist for undergraduate. Dean Sherbert called me actually on my birthday, and I just couldn't believe it. And it's something that I wasn't working towards, kind of what Travis said. I was just being myself, and to be acknowledged has been something so amazing. Being at Fresno State has shown me that we are all family through my academic journey and my college career. I've met so many people that have instilled different factors in me to become a better person and a better leader. And I've felt so much support every step of the way, from faculty, from friends in the cohort. And I've done many events and collaborated with amazing people. And I've just been a part of programs and clubs such as the Student Association of Social Work, which has opened doors throughout these 4 years. And those moments outside of class and connecting what I've learned in class has been the highlight of these 4 years. And I just want to say thank you, especially to Travis, to Deesh, to Brandy, and to Marcus for always being there for me and believing in me when I didn't necessarily believe in myself, and for pushing me to just do the things that I can do here. My future plans consist of being at Fresno State. I'm going to get my master's here at Fresno State and to get my people personnel services credential. And I also want to become a clinical social worker, a licensed clinical social worker. So thank you so much.
join me in congratulating Karina. So much great stuff going on. Thank you, Karina, for sharing with us and just being somebody that we get to celebrate. It's our privilege tonight. I would now like to introduce Rebecca Weimer, who is our graduate Dean's Medalist from the Department of Kinesiology, and her mentor, Dr. Janelle Gilbert, will say a few words.
Thank you, Dean Siebert. Wow, my cheeks are hurting from all the smiling I'm doing. I'm so happy to hear about all the success of our students. It's just phenomenal. And I've been on sabbatical this semester, and it's given me an opportunity to sort of step back and reflect and think about, our programs and our departments and everything. And just to hear about all these successes is just truly amazing. I'm here to introduce one more amazing person to all of you, and that is Rebecca Weimer. Rebecca came to us from UC Davis. And when I first got to know Rebecca, the thing that stood out to me about her was the word persistence. So at the time, I was the graduate program coordinator, and she was persistently in communication with me about her application. She would follow up with me on a regular basis. Do I have everything in? Did you hear from this person in terms of my reference letters? What is my next step? I mean, to the point where I wanted to tell her ahead of time, look, you're going to get in, everything's going to be fine. But of course, that's not our process. So I had to let it all play out. And that brings me to the other part of Rebecca, which is resilience. Rebecca did a thesis. You heard that already. And like some of our other awardees today, faced tremendous challenges. And she did her thesis, started it, sort of pre-pandemic. And I remember having multiple conversations with her. Rebecca, this is going to be really difficult. Are you sure you want to do this? I don't think we're going to be able to do data collection. And she said, no, I want to do a thesis. I want to do a thesis. I want to do a thesis. I said, okay. So she persisted. She was resilient. By the way, she had worked with a team, a soccer team. 2 times the head coach changed the data collection period, 2 times when everything was sort of set. That necessitated her spending extra time in her master's degree, which meant extra fees, extra time where she wasn't going on to the next thing. Also, we had a control group and they dropped out at the last minute and we had to revamp the entire study. So resilience. And she was still, her thesis still turned out very, very well. She's got some good results. And I was really proud of her because not only did she do data collection, she actually also created an entire intervention. So she created an entire intervention, did data collection pre-post, found some good results. So I was very proud of her. It was very mixed methods design. On top of all that, she was a TA in our activity program. She worked as an applied sports psychology consultant for athletes in local high schools, local middle school, and for a team on Fresno State campus. Traveled with that team, which is pretty rare as somebody who's just coming into that environment, and did very good job. By the way, this team did I can't say the team, but all I want to tell you is that they had a very good season. That's not because of Rebecca, but I'm sure she contributed to that, and I'm very proud of her. And she used the time to work towards her certification for ASP, which is our professional organization. She also submitted her thesis for presentation there. She presented at another student conference. I mean, Rebecca truly embodies all of the things that this award is for. And I'm very humbled to get to work with her and to learn from her. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the Dean's Graduate Medalist for 2022, Miss Rebecca Weimer.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a great introduction. Thank you, Janelle. So good evening, everybody. Like Janelle said, my name is Rebecca Weimer. I'm in the kinesiology department, specializing in sports psychology. First and foremost, I would just like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the department for this nomination. I'm honestly humbled and honored for this reward. I would like to thank Dr. Janelle Gilbert and my thesis committee for kind of pushing me to complete this thesis. Kind of like Janelle said, it was not an easy feat, and I definitely think I could not have done this without Janelle and everybody else on my committee. First, also would like to dedicate my thesis and this award to my grandfather who passed away in January. He was a teacher and he always instilled in me the value of higher education. So to be able to dedicate this experience for him is honestly so rewarding. And like Janelle said, I worked with 3 collegiate teams during my time here as kind of a performance consultant in training. And during that time, I realized I need to get more clinical experience. So I'm happy to say that I'll be going back to school at Fresno State for about 3 more years in the mental health and rehabilitation program, where I can really get more of that clinical experience so I can be more of that mental health advocate for athletes. And yet again, just want to say I'm so honored by this experience, and thank you again for everybody who helped me through this journey.
Join me in celebrating Rebecca. Wow. So much to be proud of this evening. I think, Janelle, you said it right. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much. I can feel my warmth here just because it does. It warms your heart hearing these incredible stories. I think we heard resilience by many of the mentors who were introducing their mentee this evening. And this was definitely a couple years where resilience was needed by so many, not just our students, but our mentors, in being able to help our students overcome the many challenges. And so thank you to all of our mentors, teachers, staff members who have helped our students achieve. And thank you to our students for making us, giving us the opportunity to be so proud and working so hard and contributing to the health and human services of the Valley in such a thoughtful way. We are really excited that Rebecca and Karina will be representing our college. We get to celebrate them again at a university event, but they will also again really represent us well at our celebration next week as we graduate close to 1,000 students. We're really excited about that. As we conclude this wonderful event, I want to give a shout out to my colleague Melissa Tov, who has done a story on both Rebecca and Karina, and then Arthur. There was a story on Arthur as well. So you can find those on our blog. She puts them on social media, and you can help share out about some of the incredible things that are going on by our students. Those are just some of the stories that she tells, but she does a wonderful job capturing the great things that our students do. And then you get to see their beautiful photos that they took as well. And so it just feels like an honor that we all get to come together and celebrate, and it takes a team to put this kind of celebration on. So thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Beth and Michelle, for all of your work in planning a very thoughtful event. I am so grateful to you that you know how to do all the behind the scenes spotlighting to make sure that everybody gets their moment to be able to be recognized. And so thank you for that. And so as we conclude this wonderful event, and I feel this pride in my cheeks and my heart, I want to thank you for joining us this evening and celebrating our 2022 scholars and all of our incredible accomplishments that our students have done. Your support and encouragement by being here, by writing letters, by making recommendations is what helps our students shine even brighter than they do on their own. So thank you to all of you who have played a part in that. And thank you to our students for your resilience and for your ability to keep thriving during these challenging times. It is incredible. But your challenge is to make sure we know what you're up to once you're done with us here at Fresno State, or over the next few years as you venture on to make a difference in whatever it is you're doing, because we know that will happen. You need to keep coming back and serving on panels and sharing back your story to help others achieve even more. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your hard work. And congratulations to each one of our awardees this evening. Please join me in one more final, unmute yourself and give it all you got for our students.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. To all who are here this evening, I wish you a wonderful evening. And thank you for your support and guidance and wisdom that you've brought to share with us this evening. Be well.